Yeah, hi everyone. I'm sorry, I think there was a bad connection. Vishal couldn't hear me very well. So we have to start this session again. I'm just waiting for Vishal to join so we can start this all over. I'm a very non-technical person, so I'm figuring everything out. Let me try and add Vishal. Hi.
Hi, is it better now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's much better. There is no echo anymore.
Okay.
Can you
I
hear
hope
me?
it's like this. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
That's wonderful. How are you doing, Vishal?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for joining once again. And sorry about the technical problem. We had the same technical problem yesterday as well, but I'm
Okay.
glad that it's better now. So, welcome to Candid with Meg, episode 2. I have a very special friend today, Vishal Velikar. He is a proud gay man, and we've shared this friendship over quite a decade now. I'll just say a little, give you a brief introduction about Vishal in his own words. So, as he's born in Nagpur and raised in Pune. You say that you are a chilled out guy and you enjoy current affairs. I know you got your love for traveling. You travel whenever you get the opportunity. You like watching movies and documentaries. I know how much you watch. I've seen you watching documentaries all night long. Well, you live in Pune currently with your mom, and you work as a trainer in BPO. For somebody who do not know what BPO stands for, it's business process outsourcing. And well, here you are, Vishal. Welcome to Candid with Mehek. I've taken this platform to spread awareness about LGBTQIA community in the society and the world because there
Hmm.
are myths we want to break. There are a lot of misunderstanding which we want to break about the whole community. And when I thought about interviewing somebody who identifies himself as gay, I couldn't think of a better person than you. So thank you very much for coming on board with me on this. How are you
Thank you for
feeling?
having me here.
And well, as I told everyone that we've known each other for a decade. Remember when I joined, when I'd come to Pune and we were working in the same company, and I remember that incident.
Now. I can see you now.
Yes, he was trying to call me. So you remember the incident in the cafeteria when we were working and you walked up to me and
Yeah.
you said hi, and that was the first time when we bonded actually.
Hmm.
And
Because I'd seen you in one of the gay parties that used to take place on Saturday.
yeah. And I was
And
very new. I'd come very recently to Pune that time, if you remember.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I was wondering if you're the same person I saw in the party because you looked very different in the party. You were wearing a Charles Shobraj cap, I remember. And I was
I know.
wondering, if this is the same person I saw in the party last night.
And I think you took some time also to figure it out before you walked in, like whether should I go and talk to him or not. That time I
Yeah,
saw myself as him. And
yeah.
I think
So I was hovering around you, you know, trying to see your face because your back was towards me. I think you were buying something from the counter. and I just wanted to see your face, and I wanted to see your face to understand whether you're the same person I saw last night in the party. So I was
So
hovering
you
around you, trying to catch a different angle, trying to confirm.
I know, and then you figured out, and I was so skeptical when you were walking up to me. I'm like, why this guy is walking towards me? And then you said hi, and I think that's when we bonded. And after that, I think there's never been a looking back, and
Yeah.
we start taking breaks together. And post shift, we used to go out for long rides in your bike, and we used to meet on our work offs. So in our life, a lot of people come and go. Generally, it happens. But I think there's some people who stays with you forever, and I think you've been one person who I think I've known you since the time I've been in Pune. So thank you very much for being in my life and for being my friend.
You're welcome, and likewise. Thank you for being in my life as such a good friend.
It's like, turning out to be such an informal conversation. I don't want to keep it so informal. But yes, we're going to talk a lot about you. Well, the only, as I said, the motive for me to, start this whole initiative was, as a part of this big spectrum LGBTQIA community. Vishal, we can't see you. You probably have to put your camera a little lower so we can see you. This is better, yeah. So we have our struggles, we have our wins, and there was a time when I thought I was a gay man. You remember, I was figuring it out all. I thought I was gay,
I
but
I
then
thought you had already figured out by then.
sorry.
I thought you had already figured out very well by then. When I met you, you're very flamboyant. I mean, I have never met anyone or seen anyone like you.
Yeah, but then that time I did not know what what is transgender or that you physically can
Yeah, yeah,
transform.
yeah,
So
that was. I mean, all of us were not aware of it. I mean, we've heard about it. Um, yeah, I
so the
mean,
only
we've
I
read
could
probably about it, not even heard about it.
Yeah, so the only lingo I could associate with anything apart from straight is gay. That's the only
Yeah,
thing
yeah, yeah, true,
which
true.
we could associate with, even if I was so feminine and flamboyant, as you said. And but I want to hear it from you today because I think you're one person who have embraced your identity in the most purest form. And I've never come across somebody so confident and open about your sexual orientation. And as I said, the first thing which came in my mind was you. So thank you very much indeed for tuning in today with me. So we will keep this very conversational as well. So if you have anything to ask, please feel free to ask.
Sure.
So we just want to kick off to start with understanding. So like, how old were you when you realized that you were gay, and what is that which triggered the realization?
Well, there are two things here. The first part is the realization that I am different than guys my age. So that realization happened much earlier in my life. I think I was probably 12, probably 12-year old. So that's when I first realized that I am different than the boys my age. The realization that I am gay happened, I think, when I was in college, and that I happened to know. I was not aware of this term gay. It's only in college, when I was in college, um, started going online and started knowing about channels or chat groups, where you can chat with guys who have similar interest. So that's when I came across this term gay, and then I realized that, this term could be used for people like me, and that I am gay. So that's when I realized for the first time. So I think that time I was probably, 18-year old, maybe 18 or
So you
19.
familiar with the word you associated yourself uh, when you were 18, but you
Yeah,
realized that you were different from the other boys in terms of what you felt like inside at an age of 14. But
yeah,
from
12, I
age
would
of
say.
but before 14, was there nothing which you thought was different with you? Because, coming to 14 and understanding that, you identify as, different from the mainstream society, which we generally put the boxes of males and females. So till 14, you had no idea about that feeling which you think happened at the age of 14.
No, I mean, I fell in love with a guy when I was 12-year-old. So that's when I
Oops.
realized that yeah, I don't know whether to call it love or it was attraction, but I had this very strong attraction, and I used to daydream about the guy, and that's when I realized that I am different than others. And yeah, prior to that, I had no understanding of this, Uh, I never thought that why am I like this. So it's only at the age of 12, I used to talk with myself, of course, in my mind, that that I'm different than than the other guys my age. But prior to that, no, nothing. I mean, I did a little ding dong with boys, but I never contemplated about it.
Okay. All right. And as you mentioned, during what you were saying that you realized that there was a word gay for it when you turned 18 and when you went to college and you got a little exposure and understanding. Vishal, you got to put your camera a little lower because your entire face is, yeah, this better.
Okay,
This is much better. Keep your camera like this. Thank you. So,
okay.
how you felt that when so you finally got a name, or like you could associate that there was a word associated to how you felt gay. How did you feel then?
Well, I mean, this is just another word, and um, it felt nice. I felt, how should I say it? But there was a sense of relief that there is this term and there are so many people who are part of the gay community. So before that, I never knew that there existed a community, and
All right.
yeah. So I thought what I was going through was just an aberration, and I would wonder if there are other people like me. But when I found out that there are so many people like me, then I got a sense of relief.
Yeah, it's kind of so much of it like takes a burden away from you, isn't it? Like when I was in Calcutta and when I used to feel this way, and I think I used to struggle with the same emotion what probably you went through. And when I came to Pune the first time, and when I started going out to LGBT parties, I met you and I met so many other common friends we've had. And when I realized that it's not just me who there are so many people like me. It just takes up quite a burden off your head, and makes you feel a little relaxed somewhere inside that you're not the only person. There's so many other people like you who exist in the society, which we don't know at a very early part of our age, isn't it?
True. Yes.
All right. Now, when you came in terms with the word gay, um, what kind of questions did you ask yourself? Were there any
Well,
questions you had which got answered, or you had more questions?
no, I mean, I never thought about it so seriously. I mean, like I said, there was a sense of relief, and I connected with a lot of other gay guys my age, and we used to hang out together. Um, so it felt really nice, to talk freely about the things that you always wanted to talk about. and express yourself, the way you want to, you know. Uh, I mean, things that you couldn't say with your straight friends, around. And of course, I
You
connected
come.
with you also at that time. So it felt very nice. But I never thought about it seriously, I never had so many questions, used to go party together. So I was just flowing with it. I never really had a lot of questions. I was just enjoying that time. Um, yeah, I was very, very happy to be with you guys.
Thank you. I think we still together. Uh, and are you out to your family?
Well, yes, I am. I'm just out to my mom and dad, not my sister.
Or you're not yet out to your sister?
No, I'm not.
And how did you come out to your like to your parents? I know that your dad passed away a couple of years ago,
Yeah,
and
September will be 4 years.
yeah. So, but then when he was there with us, like you were out to your dad and your mom both.
Well, I first came out to my mother. Uh, of course, I never told them that I'm gay because they would never understand what gay is because uh, my parents are not very educated. So, in a very crude, basic way, I try to explain my mother. I never had a very good relationship with my father. Um, I mean, we would only talk if there was something that was really necessary. But we would not sit together and have conversation. So we're not very, like, the father and son relationship was not very friendly. So when I wanted to tell him, I would route it through my mother. So I tried to explain it to my mother what I was going through, and then she told my father. So that's how I came out.
Okay. And how did you come out to your mother? Like, what did you tell her?
But I told her that you remember also that I was in love with a common friend, and I was very happy with him. And when you're in
Well,
love.
sorry to interrupt you, but we'll come to that a little later. But yeah, just give us a brief at the
So
moment
because
about.
of him, I came out to my mother. I told my mother that there's this guy, and I love him. Like how a man would love a woman. So I remember that's how I told her.
Okay. So, what was her reaction?
Well, she tried to play it down, and first of all, she was confused, and she didn't know what to say. So she just heard me out, and then I think she spoke to my father, and they must have also discussed. And then later on, she told me that I could still get married to a woman, and I can have a parallel life. So yeah, so I remember that she spoke to me about this later. So when I told her, it was just uh, a conversation from my side. She was just patiently listening to me.
Okay. So they did take some time to accept, which I understand can happen. And I think it's important for anyone. Like when we seek acceptance from our parents, I think we need to accept our parents somewhere as well because uh, you know your parents look at you in a certain way for a period of years, and then suddenly you break this news out to them, and you cannot just expect them to be ready and understand you there on spot on. So I think with you also, it happened over a period of time is when they got into terms with your sexuality, and I think same with me as well. It did not just happen in a matter of a day or a two. They got to understand that over a period of time, and I think you also gave them that time to your parents. And do you think it's important to give that time to your parents to understand you? Because a lot of times, a lot of young kids, you know, generally, get caught in this rigmarole that, oh, my parents don't expect, accept me the way I am. But I feel like you should give some time. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't know if my parents have accepted me, because sometimes, parents, they think that, okay, we can't change anything, so let's just live with it. So I wouldn't call it acceptance. Um, so in my case, it was like this. But yes, like you said, it's a big surprise or shock to parents to probably know that their son or daughter is gay. So yes, I think some time has to be given for them to understand, and for you also to cope with the new situation, that now that you're out to your parents. So yes, time is very important. It's very important to give your parents time.
And because today is Father's Day, is there any message you would like to give out to the fathers out there?
Well, I would say that if you have a son like me, then a lot of times you reject everything that doesn't conform to your worldview. So, and this is especially when you're a heterosexual, you can never understand homosexuality. For most people, they would like, how is it possible? Because you can only have those feelings for a woman, so you can never understand or comprehend that a man can have same feelings for a man. So I would say that don't reject it. uh, Try to understand, and there is so much information available, there's so much help available for you to understand. So like we discussed before, that parents should be given time. So during that time, every effort should be made from from the children and from the parents also, to understand what it is. So children uh, can make the parents understand. So you could take your parents to some some meet. I'm sure I've heard about meets which are conducted by some groups, you know so for parents to understand what being gay is. And there's so much information available online. um, there's so many people who have done so much research. There's so much medical information on this topic. So I think parents can go through that and understand what it is, rather than just completely reject it. So that's what I would say, to parents.
And yes, what you said is very true. I think children should be treated more like children and not as commodity where which you can buy when you like, and you can give it away when you don't like. When any parent get a news of a child coming in this world, they're so happy and they don't think about what gender is going to be, whether. But when later on in the life you realize that the child identified with a just different gender, you suddenly, that child is not a child to you anymore, and you either disown the child. So yes, what Vishal said is correctly. There's a lot of information available with us, and we understand that a lot of people, might already have this information and understanding, but some people might not. But if you don't, then you can make yourself aware. There's information available. Try to understand your child, and I think we can make this place a better world to live. So yes, that was about our little word to our fathers on this Father's Day. As we were talking about, and you did mention that earlier about you were in love with a guy quite a number of years back, and I remember, but we were working, because we were working in the same organization. You actually walked up to me one day, and you remember you telling me that, I love this guy. We will not take names, and I don't know how to express your feelings towards him. You remember that incident? You telling
Yeah, I
me?
remember discussing that quite a lot with you.
Yeah. And then and then because I was so friends with him, like he was such a close friend, and it was quite a shock, I think, to a lot of people we hang around with that, you guys will end up, staying together and being partners. And then later on, you end up buying your own house, and you guys started living together. And but the relationship over a period of time did fell apart. Um, have you been able to come out of that relationship and moved on in
Yeah,
your
I
life?
think I moved on now. I'm
Okay.
completely out of it now. But it was a good learning experience, and yeah, I'm totally out of it now.
But for someone whom you actually loved so much, because I've seen his love for, seen your love for him, and how much you guys cared for each other, and the way you guys split up as well was not a very happy note. What did you do? Like, did it take time for you to come out of that whole episode? Um, or did you? Is there something which did not work out? And if do you think it was a fault from your end or your partner's end? And if it was a fault from your partner's end, have you moved on, or do you think you could have done anything better to for the relationship to work out, or maybe you guys would have been still together?
Well, when today I think about it, we had a lot of problems. You know, every relationship has problem, but you have to deal with those problems. And when you want to deal with those problems, you need to have certain maturity. I think at that time, both of us were very young, very immature, and we didn't know how to deal with the problems uh, that everybody faces in a relationship. So we were not mature enough. So uh, neither I nor he was mature enough to handle, and that's why we went our separate ways.
So if you had to rewind the time and bring that phase today, do you think you probably would have done things differently?
Absolutely, a lot differently.
And you think you think things would have been different if that would have to happen today?
Yeah, a lot different because I think I'm a lot more mature. And it's an evolution, maybe 5 years after today, I think, that I'm more mature than I was 5 years ago.
Are you guys like you still talk to each other or like you
No,
complete?
no, absolutely no. There's just absolutely no connection.
Yeah, and I think if I put me in this the whole thing, I think I was friends with you, and I think I was friends with him as well, and I visited the whole um, episode, and how much you guys were in love, and how much I adored seeing you guys together. And honestly speaking, I hope that it would have probably worked out, and I hope you guys were together. But I think wherever he is and you are right now, you guys are in a much better space, and I'm glad that you moved on, and so have we. Um, so, are you dating someone now?
No, I'm not dating anyone. I'm single.
So, post that breakup, you didn't date anyone.
No, I did not. I did not have a relationship after that.
And what are your future plans? Like
Well,
in
I
terms
don't
of,
know. Seriously, I'm
are
just
you
living
open
my
to
life.
are you open to the idea of dating someone if you find the right guy?
Yeah, I am open to that idea. So I'm keeping all my options open.
Okay. So well, guys, if somebody is watching out and Vishal is single and ready to mingle, okay. And a lot of times, I used to always think that, when you look at guys, um, how do you think he's gay without any signs of a typical stereotype? How do you identify?
Well, first of all, if you see someone, then obviously,
I get
you
very
know,
confused sometimes. I can't figure it out a lot of times.
well, it is difficult, to figure out just by looking at someone. Some people are very flamboyant, and you can make out, you can understand that they are. But there are some other people who you need to spend time with to really find out, whether they are gay or bisexual. So you can't just find out everyone.
So, like somebody that you think, is not gay, but you have an attraction towards the person. How do you approach? Like, you can't just go and ask someone that are you gay. Like, how do you actually come to know
Well,
the
for
person?
well, of course, you can't directly ask someone like that. That's not right, also, and you might just end up offending that person.
Exactly.
So I think the best approach is here is that you strike a conversation. You try to make friends with that person. That's how I would approach.
Because I've heard so many stories, when these young kids and gay men, they have an attraction to some other guy and they always have a one-sided attraction, but they don't know how to figure it out, whether or how to approach, somebody they have an attraction to. So what you said is, I think it's a quite good, better way of looking at it. That you really cannot just go and jump into conclusions. So you got to know the best person better, and then maybe figure it out in the course of time if the person is gay or not gay.
Yes, true. You need to get close to that person, make friends with that person, and only then will you know. And of course, if the other person also likes you or loves you, then obviously you will know that.
All right, great. And you said you've been working as a trainer in a BPO. How are things with you at work? Are you out as a gay man at work? Um,
No, not really. I don't like uh, the idea of coming out, or telling everyone about your sexuality at your workplace. I have a few close friends, and only they know about my orientation, and they happen to be also of the same orientation, and that's why I'm comfortable with that.
and why do you think it's not a good idea to be open about your identity in the workplace? Do you think people will gonna look at you differently, or will you not have the same opportunities which others would have? Is that the fear?
No, really, I don't really think about that. My only concern here is that I don't want people to be perceptive about me. Um, in our culture, people, if you know that someone is gay, then you know how that information spreads like wildfire. And in my job, where I have to conduct a lot of trainings, so I don't want people to have that permanent perception about me. Okay, he's gay. So that is the reason. It's not because uh, I'll be a victim of discrimination, or I will not have the same opportunity as uh, some of the other trainers who happen to be heterosexual. So no, I don't really think that is the reason. I just don't want people to be permanently perceptive about me. So that is my main reason.
Okay, but I just feel a little. You may or you may not answer this because I differ with your opinion a little bit because Today when we are talking about acceptance and we are, as a country, or we're doing so much to spread awareness and bring the whole LGBTQI community in the mainstream. Um, don't you think if you probably, come out to work, you probably might motivate a lot of other people who are hiding in the closet as well and have been struggling this all their life, and motivate others? Um, because I don't think your gender or your sexual orientation anyway makes would affect your job in any way, or it's not that it will turn down your caliber in any way possible. I feel differently. I know that you feel differently, but I just feel that you can motivate a lot of people if you are open about your orientation at workplace.
Yeah, but I'm not really comfortable, you know. I know what you're saying is right, about inspiring other people who are probably hiding in the closet. But you know, one has to be comfortable also. So uh, if I can't deal with the consequences of me coming out at my workplace, then I don't think it's such a good idea for me. I wouldn't know how to
So
handle
it's
it.
just a personal thing.
Yeah, it's
It's
more like, yeah. Even if I have
most of
somebody in
your
office who's openly gay, I would still be like that. Of course, I'd be friends with that person, but I would still, hold my ground, and I would not uh, come out openly as gay.
But do you think people have an idea about it?
Yeah, but then I leave it to them. If they want to conjecture about my sex life, it's
Out and
fine.
out, just
Yeah, but I don't want to come out, as a gay man. If they want to guess and they want to conjecture, it's fine, with me.
and would this always be like this, or do you think, in the future you might?
Well, you never know, but this is what I think today, So, like I said, before, you constantly evolving. So maybe uh, you know a year later, or sometime later, I might think differently, and I might want to come out, because there's so many things in the world that inspire you, um, um, affect the way you think. So my thinking could change tomorrow. So it is possible I might come out.
Well, I would love to see that if you come out to work, because I'm sure you've been such a driving force in my life, and you motivated me personally in so many ways. I'm sure that you can motivate a lot of other people at your workplace if you are out. So, if things change and your views change, and if you do come out to work, I'm sure you can motivate a lot of people. Um, just a little thought. Because we've shared such a cordial friendship over the years. There was a time in our life when I was trying to identify with my gender, and if you remember, there was a time when I was dressing differently than what probably a gay man would, if or what we refer to as cross dressing, and at that point of time, I think I did get mistaken for a lot of things in terms of being too over flamboyant, and in fact there was a time when I think you were a little uncomfortable about the way I dressed and the way I was out in the society. Though it has changed now at a period of time. Um, and I never got the opportunity of asking you this question. I know I'm putting you in a tight spot right now, but why do you think that why do you think you had that feeling? Why did you feel uncomfortable?
Well, I felt uncomfortable because of the attention that you would invite. Um, when I go out, I don't like attention personally. So that was the main reason. I had nothing against you, or whenever I discuss about you, uh, I always tell everyone, that you're so confident, that you're so gutsy. It takes a lot of guts to be like you. So it's nothing against you. It's just that I don't like attention, unnecessary attention, uh, or a lot of attention. So that was the main reason.
And has it changed now? Like, if you think, um, because you say that you evolve as a person with time, with experience, and of course, at that point of time, we did not even have so much understanding about the transgender community. How do you think you still have the same thought process now, or has it changed now?
No, it has changed. Now I think I'm much more comfortable.
Okay, and who's and what and like why did it change, or how did it change? Who helped you to get this change?
Well, there is a lot of realization also, sometimes you think, he's my friend for so long, how could I do this? Uh, that, and plus, the society also. I think our society is also, how should I say, is very accommodating now, uh, more accommodating than before. So I think those are the things that have helped me change my mind, or helped me
Well,
change
I mean,
the way I think, the
because
way I used to think.
we, we did have a little bit of tips at that point of time, and but I think I was figuring it out myself as well. And you remember how stubborn I've always been. I've done things what I've always wanted to do, irrespective of what people think. But we've still been together, and we've still been with each other in a thin and thick times, and that's what we call friends. Like, I have very few selected friends, and you've been a friend which I think will be friend for life, honestly speaking.
Same here.
Well, so we will not take much of your time. There's only one last question I wanted to ask you, and this would be not for myself but for the audience. Is there any message you would like to go ahead and give it to the audience who probably are not familiar with the whole LGBTQIA and the acceptance of individuals in society? Something which you would like to say to the audience?
Yeah, I just like I said before, just because, something else doesn't confirm with your worldview, one should not reject it. One should be curious enough to find out what it is, understand it. Uh, there's a lot of times, we just reject things that do not conform to our worldview, and we make such a big mess in our life. We spoil our relationships because of that. So this is my message. Just try to know more about it. Just don't reject
And
it because it doesn't conform with your views.
Right. And to all the young kids, a lot of kids who are in their 70s and 80s and 90s, who are struggling to come out and feel differently the way you felt when you were 18. Um, what message would you like to give to those young kids who want to come out um, and accept what what they are, or feel different but cannot come out? Is there any advice which you would like to give to them?
Well, I would say that connect with like-minded people. The more you connect, the more you're going to know. You probably might come across someone who's already come out. So that person's experience could be very valuable to you. So, like, I told you before that I felt I was so happy to connect with people who are like me. and that gave me so much confidence. That made me a very confident gay man. So I would like to tell them that please connect, and it's a much better time today than what we had, during our time, right? Because there are so
Exactly.
many events now happening. It is much easier to connect with other gay men today. I mean, not just the online medium, but you could connect. There are other mediums available also. Uh, there are these trips that are being organized. There are parties, there are events where you can showcase your talent. So there are a lot of avenues available. So I would say that just connect with other gay men, just connect with other like-minded people, participate, be Pride or other events, could even volunteer, and that they'll give you a better idea of the entire gamut of the gay world, and I think it'll only help you to make the right decisions in your life.
Thank you so much, Vishal. Um, well, since you've known me for so many years right now, is there something which you would like to say to the audience about our friendship?
Well, I just want to say that you are my the most treasured and the oldest friend. I mean, I don't have a friend who has been friend with me for so long. I mean, I had some friends, but I'm not in touch with them. You're one person who I had kept my connection with, and it is natural. I did not have to take any effort. So I hope we are friends for life, and I'm sure we will be friends for life. And thank you so
Yes,
much for doing this.
I
It's so nice to talk to you.
thank you, and I echo with this thought so much because I always derive so much inspiration from you, and there are so many times when I probably need advice, I come to you, and we've had ups and downs. I think every relationship has ups and downs, but we stick by each other, and I'm glad that I've had this opportunity in this lifetime to have a friend like you. So we wish you all the very best for your future,
Thank you,
and
and
thank
I
you
wish you the same.
for me today. And yes, so that's all from our end today, guys. We're gonna sign out for today, and so until next time, we will have a very special guest in our channel, and Vishal, do tune in and watch out for my next episode.
Absolutely.
Um, and is just one last thing before you go, because this world is in such a pandemic situation right now, and there's so many things happening. There's so much negativity around. Is there anything which you would like to say to audience before we wrap up for the day today?
Well, I would say that especially now, there's so much negative information around. It's very important that we stay healthy, not just physically but mentally also. So talk
Correct.
to friends, whatever is your support system, your family, your friends. Listen to music, eat good, healthy food, exercise every day, go for a nice long walk. And I always do this whenever I go for a nice long walk. I listen to some music. So physical as well as mental health is our best weapon to deal with
I
the current situation.
Thank you. Well, I can't wait to see you face to face because it's been quite a while we've not met. I don't know when this lockdown is going to get over, but I'm glad that we could still catch up this way. And thank you very much for talking to us and sharing your views. And
Thank you so
well,
much for
I
having me
hope
here.
we take care of yourself and you stay healthy and stay home. All right. Bye for
Okay.
now.
Take care. Bye.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye. Bye.